BoatScopy, BoatScopy Nicolas Venance, BoatScopy, a show by Yachting Art magazine.
Hello everybody and welcome to BoatScopy, a BoatScopy for a scoop today. We will be the first to go aboard the new Swift Trawler 48 by Bénéteau. For this I'm in Port Ginesta. Port Ginesta is a sea trial base of Bénéteau. Port Ginesta is not far away from Barcelona. And for this 15-minute private walkthrough, let's meet Robert Schaeffer, inboard product manager at Bénéteau. Good afternoon, Robert.
Hi, Nicholas. Good to see you again.
Yeah. Wow. Confinement is finished. We can go back on the boats. Behind you, a really strategical model, the brand new Swift Trawler 48. Our lucky viewers will be able to discover in exclusivity this boat today, a strategical unit in your range.
Very, very. She sits between the Swift Trawler 41 and the Grand Trawler 62, so it's a very important market size for us. And she's a nice blend between the two models she sits between. So very important model for us.
What's the concept of Swift Trawler? What does consist of?
She's a liveaboard boat, so primarily lots of space for storage and living aboard for 4 or 5 weeks, even up to months on board, very, very comfortably. The second thing is she's a semi-displacement hull, so very economic in running at displacement speed, but she has the ability to run at planing speed as well for the occasions when you want to go faster or need to go faster because of the weather conditions.
Yeah. We will discover the style of the boat. Who is the designer of the 48 Swift Trawler?
The designer is Pierangelo Andriani, and that's the exterior styling and the interior. And naval architecture is by MICAD Naval Architects Amedeo Magali. And Amedeo is very happy with how this hull has come out and performed.
We will now go aboard, but before, explain me the deck organization, specifically with starboard sideway.
Right, all of the Swift trawlers, the superstructure is asymmetrical, so we have a workable side deck on port side, but we call the starboard side the service side. So what we have starting from aft is you have a water filler, we have a locker for port and starboard fuel filler.
Yeah, it's really practical.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When you are docked, it's easy to refuel the boat.
Yes, and moving forward, we have the cleats. We have midships cleats either side of the side deck gate. And then we have the side door just by the helm, so for easy handling for a couple or even a single person, it's as easy as it possibly can be.
And the boarding gate, wow, how practical it is.
Absolutely, because you can just step out and get to everything you need to very quickly, as I say, right by the helm. And moving further forward on the side deck, in the step face we have the deck wash point, and moving forward you've got the waist. So again, all of the service points is on starboard side for easy use. This
Displacement using these sideways really easy, comfortable. Security?
Yes.
With balcony?
Yeah, so we have a nice high bulwark here, and nice high rails, so very safe and secure. And you'll have noticed walking forward, Nicholas, how much space you have on the foredeck anchoring area, a nice big area to stand and work your lines in good safety.
Yeah, a lot of place, enough place, and of course on the forward deck the sandpad.
Yes, so we have a very nice,
much more than a sandpad.
We have more. It's a nice easy to operate system we have here. We have a position stop for a nice forward facing seat to enjoy a sundowner in the evening. We have 2 positions, nice and easy to do. Everything is, we make as simple as possible on Swift Trawler. Very simple ways to do.
What about the anchor? 25 kilos?
It's a 25 kilogram Delta, 2000 watt winch, and 80 meters of chain.
Yeah.
So plenty. And you'll note here we have a second stem head that can use the rope capstan. So some customers, they fit their own secondary anchor to splay the anchors when they're on a difficult anchorage.
Yeah.
Again, practical, easy functioning.
We are aboard a Passagemaker.
For sure. This is, it's a boat for people that have time to spend time on board, and it's not just sort of out of the marina and back again. These people travel. We have many customers in mainland France who go over to Corsica and islands, and the same in the Florida Keys, traveling down the Keys or up the eastern and western seaboards of the United States as well. So it has a very good global appeal, this boat.
We'll now go at the aft to discover the cockpit. Really comfortable and secure to go from the bow to the aft. Wow. It's new. It's directly inspired by the big 62.
Absolutely. So you'll see elements on this boat. So when we create, we had the very successful launch last year of the Grand Trawler 62. And there's certain design elements from that boat, and one of them being this teak and stainless steel fashion plate, which we have on both sides. So it's a new feature for Swift Trawler. And now there's other elements that sort of make the boat that next generation of completist offer to the marketplace.
It's a trawler, but with style inspiration from yachting,
but not losing the fundamental
and functionality.
You'll notice, Nicholas, one point, this fashion plate is here, but we have the windjammer door, so when you're singing on anchor, you can block the wind to the aft cockpit.
Really
very
practical.
simple.
Yeah, practical.
And this fashion plate has a function to it. Easy to do.
Yeah, easy to do. This cockpit is really protected from the sun and from the wind.
Yes, yes.
You can close it.
Yes, you'll notice running around the perimeter of the cockpit is this deep trough. And what we have in option is a roll-up aft cockpit cover that stows in the overhead all the way round. And to make more use of the space in the cockpit, we have this very nice flyby stairs with foot-operated pedal.
Good idea.
So you can close the hatch, you have the cover up, you can open up the doors. Plenty of space.
You have a room more.
Yeah, you have an extra room outside, and with the cockpit cover down, you can use year round.
Yeah, you can put the bicycles here.
Yeah, in the lazarette, there's plenty of space for bicycles. We have an optional cockpit table and folding chairs that can live down here as well. Can you show us
the
space? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the space.
I'll show you. We have two hatches, but I'll show you the port side hatch.
Wow. Plenty
nice,
of space.
Good space. If you have a generator, it goes against the forward bulkhead. Otherwise, good space.
Good space. We can close this cockpit, but we can open it to the sea. Let's now discover the private beach club you offer aboard this Swift Trawler 48.
On this boat, we offer a tender lift platform, which is what we have here. It can take up to 350 kilograms of dinghy, or even a small Sea-Doo Spark, for instance. Where we have these adaptive dinghy chocks, and we also have the very nice big boarding ladder with proper swim handles. Can't deploy it because of the dock, but you can see that these handles come out and this goes over, but nice big secure handles.
Very
it's not telescopic. We do have a telescopic backup ladder for the man overboard compliance underneath, but this is a nice proper ladder to use.
We understand that at mooring, all people will be on this bathing platform to be in contact with the sea.
Yeah, and obviously the tender lift drops down into the water to deploy the dinghy safely.
We'll now discover the flybridge. It's the third exterior area dedicated to leisure. Yeah. Really comfortable stairs. Impressive. Oh, what's the surface of this flybridge? Approximately.
Roughly 20 square meters of floor space.
Square meters.
It's incredible, yeah. And this, the area where you're standing, Nicholas, which is for what Swift Trawler people, they want space to live aboard. So this is about 5 square meters of space. You've got a dedicated area for the life raft.
Yeah.
But Swift Trawler people, they use this space for their own stuff. Sun lounges, cool boxes, what they want, how they want to use.
Stand-up paddle.
Yeah, stand-up paddleboard, yeah.
And here, an external galley facing the guest.
Yes, absolutely. So when you're on chef duty, you can be using the facilities, but instead of standing with your back to everybody, you're in good communication with people forward, and it's nice. But again, another benefit is the barbecue grill is blowing across the boat rather than into everybody. So it's a nice, logical, again, Swift Trawler is designed for function.
I like the position, and I like the fact you're facing the guest by cooking. Central area with a salon, a dining area, and of course piloting station. It's a real pleasure about a Swift Trawler to drive from the flybridge.
Absolutely, and it's on the flybridge helm, it's a central position, maximum visibility, and what's very nice for passage making is these seats here in the cockpit. They lock for eating and dining, and the helm seat can rotate round around the big table that slides and opens. But passage making, you can have 3 people around the helmsman during navigation, which is very nice because everybody wants to be facing forward in navigation. So nice place to be.
Well protected by the windscreen.
Yeah, yeah. And the standard boat has the monomast. Boat 2 that was in Miami had the optional T-top, hard top with the soft top aperture, and that's been a very popular option as well.
It's now time, Robert, to discover the strong evolution of this trawler. It's the interior.
The interior is transformational.
A transformation. How comfortable is this stair? Securing. Because the strongest evolution of this Swift Trawler 48 is facing us.
So the main saloon, we have had incredible success with the Swift Trawler 41, where we moved the galley aft and the dinette forward. 2 reasons really. Going back to Swift Trawler functionality and passage making, when you have the dinette, raised dinette forward, people are in good communication with the helm. And if I move the galley aft, I can create far more galley storage because you're not worried about blocking the driver sight lines.
We don't keep in mind, we have to keep in mind that it's a boat where people are living long weeks aboard.
For sure, absolutely. Weeks and weeks. So the galley here, I have a full height 255 litre fridge freezer.
Like at home.
Like at home. Basically, yes, Nicholas. Like at home. In fact, sometimes better than some homes.
Sometimes it's better than at home. Everybody understands what I'm saying.
We have a huge overhead locker. You can have gas is standard, but you can have induction hob, a multifunction microwave oven, electric if you have the generator. Pots and pans drawer underneath the oven, as you'd expect. Here we have this is the optional dishwasher. And then
electronics quality. Really practical.
And then here you have a sink.
I like the system because when you are cooking, it's really easy.
Yeah, everything is to use around. Function. The normal boat, this is a big cupboard door, and we get an even bigger bin in here because liveaboard. It's the compromise with the dishwasher is a slightly smaller bin. Still works.
What I was seduced
Ah.
by the discovering the kitchen is
Yes.
the magical storage
So here,
demonstration.
this is a genuine magic corner, the originators of this functionality. And this is a beautiful unit. Comes out here, slides out here. All that corner space is used, which is what Swift Trawler people... Storage.
Yeah, I know. I believe you have the same in your own kitchen.
Yes, I do. I learn. And then here we have cutlery. This is an option. We have the Villeroy Bock cutlery, and obviously everything has its home. So this is the board that fits the sink.
Practical, because when you have not such a storage, you never know.
Everything should have its home in place for me.
Some details about the evolution of the finishing with.
Again, this is another thing that's really you can have the basic Swift Trawler, but this is an option to have an illuminated glasses cupboard, which is with Villeroy Bock stemless glasses.
Very nice.
And then you have the shelves in standard, but you also have the Villeroy Bock. So it's if you want it, you can have a more completist.
It's
boat.
very nice.
Are
you sure we are able to put a bottle of wine
absolutely,
here?
Absolutely. That was
guarantee. You guarantee.
We did a test on 1.5 litre Pepsi, and we did French wine bottles of different diameters and vintages to try, and it all works.
Okay. I wanted to say something, but you answered my question. At the central place of the salon.
Yes.
A dining area and salon area, canapé.
Absolutely. So what we have in standard, we have a rectangular table with high-low aluminium legs, which is very good. This is the upgrade where we have electric legs with a handrail and drinks holders, but this creates a huge table. You can rotate and drop the helm seat down to create easy dining for 7 to 8 people.
Wow.
The other thing that this table does when it drops fully down, we have in the starboard guest cabin the infill cushion that lives under the bed. You can make this up into a very nice big double bed, and for extra privacy for overnight guests,
and you can
have
close
curtains that pull around to give them that bit of privacy if they're sleeping in and you want to go make a coffee in the morning and not disturb them.
Yeah.
So nice and nice.
Robert, we are aboard a Passagemaker.
Yes.
You have to have security.
Yes.
Very low consumption.
Yes.
Long range of sailing. We are in front of the piloting station.
Yeah.
Which kind of engine do you offer aboard this Swift Trawler 48?
So on this boat, we have the standard engines, which are the Cummins QSB 6.7 litre, and these are the 380 horsepower engines. The upgrade engines are 425 engines. The difference being, if I talk numbers, so it's a semi-displacement hull.
With classical transmission.
Yes, straight shafts. Nothing complicated. Straight shafts. We do have the Cummins joystick, which integrates the progressive thrust Schleitner, and this is a 170 kilogram force bow thruster. So it brings that in together.
The joystick is really impressive.
Yeah, the progressive thrust of this is very nice to operate.
It's as if you had an iPod system, but with a classical transmission, and it's a revolution when you have to maneuver the boat in the harbor.
Again, it's, you know, we want to make the docking process and the maneuverability as nice as possible. So yes, it's got traditional straight shafts, but the maneuverability with the Cummins joystick is very nice.
Yes,
really,
but the
really
traditional
nice
transmission
is
easy to.
It's good to maintain and service, and again, mechanically simple, straightforward. Our customers appreciate this very much.
Aboard this model, you have the ship control. Can you explain us quickly what is
so ship control is it basically covers the entire ship's system. So you have control of the electrics, the batteries, shore support. You see the tanks levels, It covers everything. So it's effectively what years ago a traditional AC/DC panel gave you, but we have ship control, which gives you full functionality and diagnostic. It's a canvas system with an intranet wireless hub. So now with the new some of it, you also now have the Synapse system. So you have on your phone, you have the geofencing, track and trace on your boat as well.
Could you speak us about, tell us about the performances of this boat?
So, basically a displacement speed 9 knots. You have 600 nautical mile range with a 10% fuel reserve. Optimum or happy planing speed 18 knots. She's doing 280 nautical miles.
At 18 knots, I tried it this morning.
Yeah,
it's really nice to sail, and more has no utility.
We have on occasion. This is why you have Swift in front of the name trawler. So I have what I like to describe as reserve power. And we do get that feedback from customers that as on occasion they like that extra bit of power. One recent experience I had with the Miami boat, after we were at the show, we were showing a customer on board, and the skipper, we were in the Miami, the shipping lane channel, taking the big cruise ships and tankers out.
Yeah, when you cross.
Wow, we were in that channel, and obviously the wash from these big ships, he was able to power up the waves and power us through the shipping channel. And we had a customer on board that was won over by that experience. He said, wow, it's not like a single engine traditional trawler where you have to sit and take it. You've got power on tap to take it. If you need
power, you have power.
You have what I call reserve power.
It's not the spirit of the boat.
No,
you won't sail at 20 knots, 22 knots for these smaller engines.
The real key zone is like 8 to 12 knots, and then we do get, on occasion, people like to plane and turn the speed up. So 18 knots is the sort of happy speed. With the 380 engines, she'll do just over 21 knots top speed, and with the 425s, she'll go over 25 knots. So that's the difference between the two engines, really. But it's really about economy and enjoying the journey.
Yeah. So we'll now discover the owner cabin at the forward section of the boat.
Wow. So very nice. This is actually
a lot of space.
Yes, yes. So we have hanging this side, full height lockers, both sides.
Everywhere.
The little plug sockets, USB and switches where you'd expect them by the head of the bed in these nice cave lockers forward. Shelving locker on the starboard side. And then a good size top loading storage. So when you come on board, this is usually where your bags and bedding goes as well. And then you've got access to the bow thruster and bow thruster batteries and charger underneath. So very, very functional. And the woodwork, this is the optional oak finish.
You have different finishing.
Yeah, so standard is teak, LP teak with plain doors, and then you can change the doors. So here we have, this is the oak finish LP, which has been very popular. This is the option.
Directly inspired by the 62.
Some of it, yeah, it was very nice to have this lighter, and it actually is went down very well in Miami because that was an oak boat as well. And we can also have the teak slats, the oak slats in this case with a panel, and then you can take this center panel and you can have that in a creme finish as well. So in combination, there's a lot of choice you can do with the interior decor.
What about?
So this is the ensuite bathroom to the owner cabin.
Wow.
We have a deck hatch, 2 port lights, a very clever lift-up mirror to the overhead storage locker, and a separate shower cubicle with seat.
It's the same finishing like in the cabin.
Yes. So very smart. And the shower cubicle is obviously in white GRP and white laminate for functionality, and but the main bathroom is in oak.
So we'll now discover other cabins. the starboard cabin. It's a double bed.
Yes, it's a transverse double bed. And what we have is a large wardrobe above with bifold door, and then the locker below is storage, but it can be configured with a washer dryer.
Most of the time, the owners will use this cabin as a storage.
Yes, for sure. This is it's a bit like the flybridge space upstairs. It becomes a storage space if you're on board the boat 5-6 weeks.
Wow, the thickness of the door.
Yes, it's
how
a
many
good
centimeters?
3 centimeters
3
thick.
centimeters.
And another small trawler touch is these magnetic latches. So when you walk past, there's no sharp edges to catch yourself on. Even the doors are nicely rounded.
Yeah.
Again,
Good finishing.
you know, this is a boat that goes to sea and passage makes. So you want it to...
the VIP cabin.
Yep.
Wow.
So...
Is it possible to transform these two beds into
Yes.
just one?
So in standard, we have the infill cushions to make up one large double bed underneath the inboard bunk, and there's storage there as well. Outboard again, we have a large hull window with inset port and another port light above for good cross ventilation.
Large storage and direct access to
Yes.
the day bathroom.
So you have a day bathroom accessed from the passageway, as well as an ensuite door from the port guest cabin. So a very, very nice feature to have. And again, deck hatch, port lights,
Lots of
and a
natural
separate
lights.
shower cubicle again with seat. So a very nice, two very nice bathrooms on board this boat.
Our private walkthrough is at its end. This boat has been presented since a few months to your dealer networks and future clients.
Yes.
How was she received?
Originally, this boat was obviously we're doing this event in Ginesta, so she's now becoming well known in Europe. But boat number 2 went to Miami Boat Show. The reception was phenomenal. I basically the year's first production for allocation to Bénéteau USA went.
Yeah.
We're done. So it was fantastic reception and really good feedback and energy from the dealers and the customers on board during Miami. It was really, really well received. So,
An idea of the price?
the price, excluding VAT and ex-factory, is 600,000 euros. And then for a spec, as you see here, you're probably 750 around there for the tender lift and the bits and pieces we have on board on top of extra standard.
Thank you very much for that.
You're very welcome, Nicholas.
So I hope you had as many pleasure to discover this brand new Bénéteau Swift Trawler 48 as I had. See you soon on Yachting Art Magazine.